Hey guys, so today I've come to talk to you about Diablo 4. I've decided to try the beta. I got in early access thanks to you guys, and I wanted to experience all that it had to offer and talk about my experience so far and the class that I've been playing. I play a lot of Diablo 2 still to this day. I enjoy Diablo 2 a whole lot, and my go-to for Diablo 2 has always been a rogue. So when I saw D4 had a rogue class, I was just in. I was ready to go. I did no research and I was like, heck yeah, let's get it. What I didn't know was the rogue seems to be a combination of the assassin, which is what I play in D2, and um, the Amazon. So I was just like, yeah, let's go. Like, absolutely. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. And in D2, I play a Trapsin. So I wanted to kind of like see if I can replicate that in this. Now, going into this, I went into this completely blind. I had no idea what to expect. The rogue and character creation looks absolutely fantastic. My character looks great in game. And I opened the skill tree and I was blown away. There are multiple ways to create your character. There's a lot of different aspects to it. There's a lot of different things you can do. I'm going to show you the way that I did it and the way that I experimented. I do not know if this is the best way to do it, but this is the way that I have been playing it. And I enjoyed it a lot. I've managed to get to 25. I've done most of the content that the beta has to offer. I'm pressing M in the chat box. If you look at my world map, I've done 2 of the 3 strongholds already. I still have 1 left today to go do on stream. I'm almost done with all the side quests, and I've pretty much done everything that the beta has to offer on this variant of my build. I have died a grand total of 3 times. Yes, I died once to the Butcher randomly because I had no idea what I was locking into. No spoilers, but the Butcher is somewhere in the Diablo world, and he just insta-kills you if you have no idea what's going on. I died in a stronghold because I wasn't prepared and didn't know what I was expecting and walking into. And I died to a random boss fight that I don't want to tell you anything about because it's huge spoilers, and the boss did some really cool things. And I was like, oh my God, holy crap, everything's so cool. And I was more mesmerized by what was going on in the fight and just kind of died because I just wasn't paying attention. Otherwise, 3 deaths for the whole beta seems pretty good. There's a world event spawning. I'm sure I'll die during that because who knows how strong that's going to be. And that's in a little while, so I'm going to do this video. I'm going to go record that, and I'll talk about that in a later video. But the Rogue. The Rogue is fantastic. They specialize in melee skills, and they specialize in bow skills. You can see I have daggers equipped, and you can see that I have a bow equipped. And all of my skill set for the Rogue, which we're going to talk about in a second, can utilize both sides of it, both the dagger side and the bow side. I chose to play my Rogue in the form of a trapper, so you'll be seeing a lot of trap skills and bow skills. Now, before I go into the skill tree, I just kind of show you the combat. So we're going to run outside of town. We're going to find some mobs. I want to place a trap or 2. I'm going to show you the ultimate, and then we'll go over the build in the skill tree. So one thing that's really cool that I found out, and I wanted to bring this up really quick, is your non-equipped weapons. So I have a bow because my skills are bow, but my daggers. So my dash attack has a unique dagger that has an ability on it. And even though I'm not using the dagger, I still get that dash ability, which is really cool. So the rogue that I'm playing is a trapper. As I poison my weapons, I drop a trap, the trap explodes, I build up combo points, and then I just lay into my enemies and poison them all down. And then I can dash through them and deal some damage, and just overall just drop some traps. Hello? Sir? This way, sir? Over here, sir? Thank you, sir. And you can actually see when I hover over the mob, the damage of the poison ticking down, which is really cool. My ultimate ability that I went with is also a trap, and that one looks really, or I'm just gonna drop this down, and then there's my ultimate ability. That's the essentials, or the basics. Run around, find some mobs wherever they are. There's some mobs. Drop a trap, poison my weapons, shoot them 3 times, make them vulnerable, build up combo points, maybe actually make use of the trap, friend. No, I'm so dumb. It's okay. And that's it. That's the combat loop. Drop a trap, run around, lure the mobs into the trap, build up combo points, shoot them, and go to town. And you just deal a ton of damage. Bosses, you just delete bosses. Packs of mobs get kited around your poison. They just kill themselves, and you just lay your traps and go to town. And I think it's really powerful. I like it a lot, and it's really, dude, I'm having a blast, man. think it's Control A. There we go. The skill tree. The skill tree is pretty simple and pretty basic. Overall, with Diablo, it seems that we have a skill tree that is extremely linear, very similar to D2, where we have our basic skills, our core skills, our agility skills because we're playing a rogue, our subterfuge skills, our imbuement skills, and our ultimate skills. Now we only get 26 points to spend. I think we can maybe get a 27th. I don't know. I haven't really finished doing everything yet. I don't think the Renown's giving me another skill point, but this is my current state of where I am at level 25, doing all the quests. This is where I'm at. I took 1 point into Forceful Arrow. Forceful Arrow says we can gain vulnerability on every third shot. Vulnerability makes our enemies take 20% increased damage. So we fire our skill twice, and on the third shot, if it hits a mob, it gives vulnerability. It's a really good way to debuff the bosses. It makes mobs take a ton of damage, and it's really strong. Our third arrow also has a 15% increased critical strike chance, which is pretty cool. And our Forceful Arrow, which will pierce through our vulnerable mobs. So if we shoot a mob and it's vulnerable, and then we shoot it again, the shot will pierce through all the enemies. We take Rapid Fire to complement this as our core skill. Rapid Fire shoots multiple arrows. We rapidly fire 5 arrows, each dealing 112 damage. If we add combo points, which we'll talk about in a minute, each combo point adds another arrow to the shot and increasing the amount of damage. So we go from 112 damage to 123, all the way up to 156 damage a shot. We're going to be pairing that with our enhanced rapid fire. So each subsequent arrow from rapid fire has a 5% increased critical strike chance, up to 40%. So every shot that we take, especially on bosses, each subsequent shot, I think that's the word I want to use, does more and more damage as our crit chance goes higher and higher, hitting the boss even higher. Also, if we cast vulnerability, which we're doing through Forceful Arrow, when we fire our shots or a rapid fire into an enemy, we can gain 15% or 15 energy per cast of rapid fire when it deals with a vulnerable enemy. Now in D4, I almost called it D2. In D4 for the rogue, we have an energy pool. So if I were to go outside of town really quick and show you, every time that I shoot an enemy, it uses energy. So if I were to 1, 2, and this is vulnerable, and I was to shoot this, you see that my energy replenishes with the shot. So that's what that means. Pretty simple, pretty basic, pretty to the point. So we pair our core skill with an agility skill. Originally, I tried Caltrops. I thought Caltrops was really good. I highly encourage you to experiment with it. I think Caltrops is a lot of fun. It can slow down your enemies if you pair it with a cold skill, which I didn't do. And it just does a lot of damage. I leveled with half the story through Caltrops, and the other half I took it away. We decided to go with Dash as our agility skill. Dash has 2 charges. It allows us to dash a large distance either to or from the enemy. If we hit the enemy, we deal them a lot of damage. If we use it as a movement skill, we can get away from enemies. A lot of the bosses have telegraphed attacks, so dash is really good once you understand the telegraph to just use it in combination with your evade to move and avoid the attack so you don't take damage. I paired it with enhanced dash so that enemies damaged by dash take 20% critical strike damage from you for 5 seconds. So if you're farming a large pack of mobs, you could dash through them, give them all 20% critical strike damage, and then fire away, and they just take a bunch of enhanced damage. I also paired it with Discipline Dash, which gives the enemies a 30% chance to be slowed. So you dash through your enemies, they take more damage, they're slowed, they don't know where to go, they're stuck in poison, and they just kind of die. So it's all working out together really well. Following through, we take our Subterfuge skill. Because we're playing a trapper, we took the only trap that was available to us, as we don't have any other trap options, so we took Poison Trap. Poison Trap, as you saw, we place a trap, it puts it on the ground, the mob step in it, the trap explodes, it deals a whole bunch of damage. It's really strong, you can kite all the enemies into it. Bosses, you dash through a boss, you drop the trap on the boss, you evade away, the trap explodes, it deals a ton of damage to the boss. We take Poison Traps, knock down enemies for 1.5 seconds when it's activated. So you gather up a large group of mobs, you drop a trap, they run into the trap, they get knocked down, they get poisoned, they take damage. And when they stay in the trap, because you've dashed through them, you've knocked them down, you forceful strike them into the trap, they just take 10% increased poison damage over time. So you see the whole of what we're doing. Gather up a bunch of mobs, put them all together in a group, knock them all down, slow them, poison them, let them, poison to death. For our imbuement skill, we're taking Poison Imbuement. Chill imbuement I played with was really good. I have not tried death imbuement, but we're doing poison imbuement. Poison imbuement says your next 2 imbued skills deal poison damage and apply 101% of their base damage as additional poison damage over 6 seconds. So the harder the hit, the more poison you do. Pretty standard in a lot of the games. I started scaling up this skill and I started scaling up this skill, and it's been a lot of damage. We take enhanced poison imbuement so that our poison duration is increased by 1 second. So pretty much what happens is we press poison imbuement, it puts it on our weapon. It lasts a couple of seconds. If we don't have the weapon, or if we don't have the mob as vulnerable, or we don't have our combo points built up, this gives us a little bit more time to set that up. We're going to pair it with mixed poison imbuement, which gives us poison imbued skills have a 30% chance to apply double the amount of poison damage over time. So every 1 in 3, or every, 1 in change, we're going to hit the mob and it's going to deal double the damage. And it's just a lot of damage, man. I wish we had more numbers and more advanced stats to work with, but that's fine. I took deadly venom for 3% increased poison damage. 3% is like, okay, it's whatever. It goes up to 9, but that was like the precursor to getting the alchemical advantage skill, which gives us 1% increased attack speed for each enemy you poisoned up to 15%. It's okay on bosses. It's a 1% increased attack speed. If we were able to max out, it was 3%, which is still only okay. I took this for packs of mobs. A lot of the times you're running around, you're dropping your traps on a pack of mobs, you're dashing in and out, and you poison just a ton of mobs because there's a lot of density in certain areas in Diablo 4, and it's really easy to poison a bunch of mobs, and it's really easy to get just a free 15% attack speed while you're grinding and farming out. Do I know if these two are good yet? I don't know. I'm not really too sure yet where to put the points outside of this, as we have a very limited amount of points to work with. So I took these for now. This is all subject to change. I highly encourage you to experiment and try. You might find better spots for these 2 points. These 2 points might actually be better off putting in poison imbuement to 4 and poison traps to 4, or poison trap to 5, or even leveling up rapid fire some more. I'm not sure yet. I'm still experimenting. Your ultimate skill, once again, in following the theme, we took Death Trap. Death Trap places a trap that arms just like the poison trap. It has a 50-second cooldown, which is a long cooldown, but it's worth it. It deals 951 damage to each enemy in the area. It just deals a ton of damage very fast, hits them really hard. It also pulls in all the enemies into the trap. So you go Death Trap, Poison Trap, Death Trap activates, pulls everything into the poison. The 2 of them combined together just kill everything right away. And if Death Trap gets the final blow, it reduces the cooldown by 10 seconds. So when you're fighting a large pack of mobs and you're doing this setup of dash, Poison Trap, Death Trap, and Death Trap gets the final kill, it's up again. So you can pretty much go almost pack to every other pack and just Death Trap everything. And that's the gist of it. Very simple, very easy. I do want to experiment later. I think Poison might actually be better with melee skills, but I've talked to a lot of players who are playing Barbarian and they say melee is very rough and very difficult. I haven't really experimented with it yet. I'm going to go on stream later today. I'm going to go kill the world boss that's coming up in a little bit. There's one now at 1 o'clock and then one again at 3 o'clock. So I'm going to go kill the world boss, and then I'm going to go try out a sorceress. So we'll do a little video build review guy for the sort coming up. One thing I will say is gearing the rogue has been very easy. Gearing in Diablo 4 seems pretty straightforward to the point. I constantly find upgrades while I'm going through the story. There hasn't been a time where I haven't been able to get an upgrade. And the gambling vendor is pretty cool. I've been using the gambling vendor to just buy new bows. And if I'm lucky, I'll get a legendary bow. And if I'm lucky, I'll get a legendary bow. And if I'm lucky, I'll get a legendary bow. Yes! Actually, it worked! 3rd time's the charm! Heck yeah! Damage over time, damage to non-elites, damage to close-up. Yeah! Unfortunately, we don't have flurry, but we can use the, I don't know the vendor's name, but we could change that out and do some other stuff with it, so. Heck yeah. We got an upgrade. Hey! Here we go again. Dang it. Oh, this is even more damage. What the heck? I'm using the legendary bow because it's got damage over time on it. Ah, that's cool. I didn't think that was going to work. It's fun, man. It's a good time. Sick. I'm going to put, I don't even know what I'm going to do with this. 307 plus 5. This is 320 without any upgrades. Can we upgrade this? Supposed to be a build guide. I know I'm getting sidetracked. I'm sorry. There's excitement, man. It's fun. It's kind of cool. Go up to the guy over here and be like, yo, blacksmith. Hey, yo, bro.
What do you need?
Can you, where's the upgrade? Can you upgrade this for me? 15,000 gold? Heck yeah. It's 413 now? Yeah. Anyways, that's the road guide. If you guys like it and you give it a shot, let me know what you think. I plan on trying the sorceress later today, but for now, have a great afternoon. Enjoy the Diablo 4 closed, open, early access, whatever they're calling beta, and I'll see you in Sanctuary. Bye, friends.